As the calendar shifts into December, we all expect the Chiefs offense to get on the same page, flip the switch, be more explosive, and then take this Chiefs team where they want to go. But over the past few seasons, the Chiefs defense, led by Steve Spagnuolo, has been the catalyst. They've done a lot of the heavy lifting, turning it on at the right time, being the aggressors, and he turns in another greatest hits performance Sunday against the Cleveland Browns, turning them over 6 different times, one on special teams, one forced fumble, and 4 interceptions, where Trent McDuffie got his very first of his NFL career. There was a ton going right for the Chiefs defensively in this game. They knew they had to take advantage of the things that Jameis Winston was going to give them. Eye discipline. Spags talked about it. Dave Merritt talked about it. We saw that on display against the Browns, and to a tune of those 6 turnovers. So today we are going to dive into the defensive performance, break down some of the things that Spags was doing, how he was getting in his bag, simulating pressures, getting pressure with 4, George Karlaftis, the interceptions everywhere and in between. And we do that all right here on RGR. Thank you guys for being here. This is RGR Football. My name is Daniel Harms, senior film analyst. And like I mentioned, we are diving into the defensive tape, talking about all the different things and why this performance is going to be the catalyst that gets them back to where they want to be. Why this defense right now, I think they're starting to figure some things out. And that's how they're going to be able to continue to find more turnovers, to create that pressure, and to get after quarterbacks from now through the postseason to take them into the Super Bowl. Let's get to it. I know I've mentioned it multiple times over the past few weeks, but Trent McDuffie is really starting to get into his groove. The interception is one thing, but what he was doing in this game previously, all leading up to that, the culmination of what he did, not just this week, but last week against the Chargers, he has been seeing everything, feeling himself really engaging. He does a great job here, quickly identifying that screen and pushing past that blocker in the ball and into the ball carrier, right? You see him keep that outside arm free right here, where he's going to be able to move and keep to his right. So there he is, engaging first, push off, extend, right? I know the ball's coming out here, and he's going to keep this outside arm free so he can get after the ball carrier right here, right there. Good job right there, keeping his, like I said, that outside arm free and allowing Brian Cook to also come in and help on that play. So just little things like this, the quick screen identify, keeping that right arm free so we can help make the play, knowing Brian Cook's going to keep to the inside first, maintaining outside leverage, and then you create that tackle for loss. This is what you really want to see too. The 2-man right here, you've got man-2 match, a little bit of man match, and they cover with their cover 2. So they switch out right here. Play that little man match where Trent McDuffie at the bottom of your screen right here. He understands, all right, there's nobody coming out this way towards me into the flat, so my responsibility is good. I can stay with this receiver in the hip pocket, and if need be, Drew Tranquil will come down to the flat. They've got a couple of eyes here. This is what, again, you like to see the defense kind of getting eyes here. So you got responsibilities underneath. So when he's coming out, he's going to stay in that receiver's hip pocket, make a play on the football in the air. So they rotate again to that cover 2 shell. Right there, you've got initially Jaden Hicks at top. Then they're going to take Justin Reed, and he's going to come out here. And then, boom, goes into 2. That's what you want. So we got cover 2 shell. A little bit of that man match is going to come with the receiver over the middle of the field. Drives underneath the throw, deflects it just enough. And even if he doesn't touch it, the receiver is impaired by what McDuffie's doing coming across his face so that he can't see the football regardless. So he knocks that one away. That is a great pass defense right here from Trent McDuffie, again, forcing that out. Now let's get into the big play, right? The one thing that he did that he's never done before, taking the football away from the quarterback, looking back at the Jumbotron, and coming down with this fantastic play call. Not just from the defense moving that around, but you see what they're going to do up front. They're going to bring 3 down linemen, okay? So they've got 1, 2, 3, and Charles Omenihu out here, right here on a slot receiver. But what they do here is they're going to actually force the Browns to slide protection, okay? They're going to slide it to Jones, who's right on this end of the defense, or offensive line, excuse me, and they're going to slide the offensive line down, pretty much a full shift. The offensive line, there it is. So there's that full shift. They all come down. They're taking number 86, and he's going to come down and try and block George Karlaftis, and it doesn't matter. So they motion him down. GK starts to get after it. You have Charles Menhue come back to the rush too. So they bring three defensive linemen down. They get the offensive line to rotate underneath, and the blocker coming across in that split zone action movement to block GK doesn't do enough, and that means Winston has to now move out of the pocket, and he throws this, honestly, to nobody. There's nobody open here. He sees that McDuffy has his eyes turned, so maybe you can get something there, but he wasn't expecting him to turn around or to see that football thrown to his side in the jumbotron, things you don't really see on NFL fields in terms of being able to use it to your advantage to come away with an interception. Great job high pointing that football as he's falling down, gets his knee in, and this is all she wrote on that play. So I like what they did again with the Browns moving everybody out into that split formation, empty formation, whatever you want to call it. They did a really nice job setting that up with those three defensive linemen and then forcing the switch off, right? Forcing that switch and the offensive line shift there to get GK kind of one-on-one with the moving blocker and then forcing him out of the pocket. So McDuffy, again, in fantastic position multiple times here. We see one pass breakup and then he comes down with the interception. This is something that we kind of expected when Jalen Watson went down with the injury because Josh Williams has been a better part-time player in his career. Here he is on the outside. I will say the last 2 weeks, Josh Williams played very good football. Najee Johnson now on the outside. Trent McDuffy in the slot. Trent McDuffy in the slot is usually what we want to see at his best. That is really where he's at his best. But look what the Chiefs are doing underneath. They're moving guys around. They're rotating in and out. You see how they initially start with Brian Cook. On this side, they rotate Jaden Hicks down. He's really kind of underneath here. And then he's coming back out here, and they shift out. So Brian Cook comes around here. And now it's too high again, but the safety roles have flipped. And there's nowhere to go with the football. There's nowhere to go with this football. Everyone is locked up. Great coverage around the back end here. Josh Williams, Najee Johnson doing really great jobs on the outside, not allowing them to do what they want to do. And then the Chiefs kind of bluffing blitz, right? So let's move back just a little bit here. So you're going to see, again, there's that rotation where you have Jaden Hicks come down, and he's going to back out this way. Brian Cook comes around. But you're going to see Nick Bolton come down here, act like he's blitzing. They're actually going to send Justin Reed. And then it's just man coverage. You've got man, you've got your man, you've got your man, and Nick Bolton is going to take the running back out of the backfield. Which, again, Jameis Winston thought he was going to be blitzing. So as he's taking the running back out of the backfield, he wants to kind of check this down initially right there, but he can't. There's nobody open, so he's got to get out. And this is what I was talking about on the live, where GK accelerates faster than I may have ever seen him accelerate in his entire life to try to get Jameis Winston down once again. So you see that little bit of rotation. Spags was doing this a lot in this football game. I think that he was trying to just confuse Jameis. Again, show one side of the field where the safety is, and then he's looking at it. It's a different number. So he's trying not to process where is the other guy that was there, where is he going, and then you get some pressure upfield. So this is going to be the exact same thing. Justin Reed on this side, left side of the offense, left side of the field here, bottom of your screen, is going to rotate down. He's coming down. You're coming over here, Brian Cook, and Chamari Connor is going to back out. Rotating. Boom. And now we've got this cover 2 shell, right? With Justin Reed as that rat in the hole right here underneath those 2 high safeties. Wants to take away anything deep, intermediate parts of the field as they like to throw the ball down the field. So really nice job here. Again, rotating that there, but then taking advantage because I don't believe he expected to have that rotation over there. So again, he's expecting Cook on the right-hand side. Let's not forget he's expecting Cook here, and he's not. He's up on this side. So it feels like as Jameis Winston, again, turns his back to the defense, he's looking to the left, and he notices, okay, number 6, who was on this side, is now over here. I'm just going to launch this ball, even though I've got 2 players out here. And Cook undercuts it, does a great job there, making that interception as he goes for it. Really highly athletic play. That's what you want to see from your 2 high safeties. The rotating stuff, you're catching them in that rotation as he's turning his back, right? It's great timing. It's fantastic timing. You've got now, look again, you got 3 guys lined up right here. Where are they going to go? And that's exactly what Spags was hoping for. Turn your back. All right. Oh no. I'm just going to end up throwing this downfield. Brian Cook takes that football away. Fantastic job. So when he's in his bag, like you already see, we come in here, we see more rotations. Everything they were doing in this game was just really, really good. It's hard to really put it into words what Spags was doing because he's done so many different things before. And this just is another one of those where you're going to rotate out. Jaden Hicks comes in, right? He's coming down here. He's going to blitz. Justin Reed's coming back out. You've got a safety up top here. This is the play I was mentioning on the live after the game as well as during the Monday Q&A. This is the simulated pressure. They are going to bring Jaden Hicks here, and they're going to bring CRW off the edge, Chris Wallace. They're going to drop defensive tackle and Nick Bolton into coverage. Say goodbye. All right. And then also GK is going to drop too. Like this is a real simulated pressure with what simulated pressure means is you're going to bring a bunch of different guys to the line of scrimmage, right? You're going to show one thing, but you're still going to only rush 4. Okay. So when you see people say bluffing or you see a blitz, you hear people say something like a mud house blitz, things like that. But simulated pressure is different than all those things because you're still only bringing 4, but you're trying to create a weakness in the offensive line to create an advantage for you. So what they have here again is that Charles Menehew's going to come off the right hand side of the defense, left hand side of the offensive line, but they're going to shift down, right? They're going to shift to him. You got that shift down. He's created one-on-one. He goes inside, outside. You've also got CRW coming late. So it's still rushing 4, and you're getting pressure. Now, they didn't actually get home with the simulated pressure. They got home with Charles Menehew just being better. So they rotate. Again, there goes Justin Reed, and boom, coverage. Now, all you're trying to do is get back into throwing lanes, right? With the simulated stuff, you got eyes here from Jameis Winston. He's going this way, so he knows, okay, I got defense tackle dropping out. I can't throw this football as quickly as I may have wanted to. And then you've got Charles Menehew coming down. Boom, strip sack, very reminiscent of what he did to the Baltimore Ravens in the postseason with that sack, with that strip sack. So great one-on-one, inside, outside, two-hand swipe, say goodbye to your hand, and I'm just going to go ahead and take this out. That's what Charles Menehew brings. One-on-one, true one-on-one situations where he's going to turn it up, he's going to win. This is a fantastic pass rush move. Again, up, over, by, there's your hand, and I'm going to go ahead and win. That's exactly what they want from their number 1 defensive end pass rusher. Chris Jones is your number 1 rusher. Charles Menehew is the best pass rusher not named Chris Jones on their defensive line right now since who they're playing. So that's what you need. You need him to be that one-on-one wrecker kind of guy. So we see a bunch of rotations. We see simulated pressures. We see all of that. But Spags was having so much fun in this football game. So we're going to mug everybody up here, and they're all going to drop out. Again, we're still rushing 4, but we're going to drop everybody out here. They don't get the sack late in the football game, but they're rotating things. So again, we talk about this. You mug up Bolton, who's going to drop. Here's Nick Bolton right here, mug up to the offensive line. All right, cool. We have Justin Reed right here. All right, mug you up too. We're going to show like Trent McDuffie's going to blitz. All those things. Trying to create some one-on-ones, right? Like there, oh, there goes Justin Reed. He's going to he times it really well too, where he bails out at the right time and there's nowhere to go with the football. It turns into this like 3-man route concept because they mugged everybody up to the offensive line and they made 7 of those players be pass protectors. And what does that do? Well, takes guys out of the formation. We've talked about how the Chiefs don't want to put tight ends out there, running backs, because they want more guys into the route, right? So when you mug everybody up here, running back has been changed to block. This tight end's been changed now to block, and so boom, they don't have their responsibilities properly, and they still are able to get pressure with 4 against 7 offensive linemen in protection. It would have been great to see Menehew get that sack, or George Karlaftis right there get that sack off the edge. Mike Dana get it too. Guys in the position to make it, but you like to see the different ways that they're able to come after the quarterback and create advantageous situations. So they created less players out in the route on that last play, and we're still able to get pressure with 4, with 7 men in protection. That's completely different than what we have typically seen from this 4-man rush. It just hasn't been the same. And when you're able to create almost like coverage sacks, right? This is essentially a coverage sack where the Chiefs come out and they're going to rotate to this cover 1 shell and they're going to bracket Jerry Jeudy at the top of your screen. So he's coming out, and they are going to make sure they pay attention to this guy right here. So Jaden Hicks, your responsibility, you are doubling him right there. Boom. You got man coverage everywhere else. So eyes right there in the middle of the field, and then everyone else has man-to-man coverage. So that's exactly what you want. You got your single high safety here to the shaded to the more receiver side of the field. So you essentially still have 3 defenders over here, but you've now got an extra man on the field side with more receivers there, so you can cover it all up. So now we're going to get pressure. We're going to get some pressure. GK initiates that pressure. You got Charles Menahue off the edge as well, and the middle of the defense with Chris Jones getting in there too. All of that to just say they played much better man coverage in this game than they usually have, taking guys away initially and then getting pressure. Again, this is typically what they want. They want to be able to collapse the pocket around the quarterback and play man coverage. Be physical. Look at everyone kind of in their spots, right? What they want. That's how they get Jameis Winston now out of the pocket. And he's not the fastest guy in the world, as we have definitely seen. He can do some things with his leg, but he is more likely to try to throw the football downfield and take advantage of getting out of the pocket. So GK, again, great job there, doing what he does best, creating sacks after the initial play, right? After those first 3 seconds, and the defense giving you some coverage sack. The timing on this play here is one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen. Bolton doesn't even look like he's going to blitz initially first, right? So they're going to take Drew Tranquill, drop him down to the offensive line on this side, okay? It's going to show you a little bit of what they want, but the offensive line is going to shift in his direction, okay? The left guard is on this side here. He tries to get to him late. So you've got a shift from the offensive line, again, coming down this way. And then the left guard is going to try to come out and block him right there down the line. It's not going to happen. And Nick Bolton does a really nice job, again, of taking advantage of the offensive line shift. So what that means is look at how they're going to take 4 offensive linemen, shift them down, and they're going to create this one-on-one situation out here with George Karlaftis. So he's going to come out here, right? So that means Nick Bolton's going to have a huge B gap to come down towards the quarterback, the running back's going to recognize this a little bit late, and he's not going to be able to get there. But Drew Tranquill is so fast off the edge, the left guard can't actually get there, and we know the running back doesn't do a great job of getting there. So the quarterback tries to get out of the way or rotate out of Nick Bolton's pressure because that's what he sees, right? He sees Nick Bolton coming. He does not see Drew Tranquill on the opposite side. He thinks he's got protection over there, runs right into the sack on that side as well. These linebackers right now are playing at a high level in terms of getting downhill, being aggressive in the run game, and coming after the quarterback. We know the 2 best traits for Nick Bolton are hitting people and running in a straight line in either from left to right or downhill. That's what he's doing right now. Yeah, so this is the 4th down play where they actually had it initially in my mind, but it comes down with a good drop on Johnson here. But I'm interested as to why he didn't just throw this. They have what they want. They got the pick created right here. CRW is going to scrape across and try to get to Nick Chubb out of the backfield here, but they have it initially. This is part of the problem too. Like, I think they timed this well. This throw right here, you don't have Nick Chubb looking, right? You still have to throw it because you still need to be able to create that. But right here down here, right here, you're going to have a defensive lineman throw their hand up right there. So maybe that deterred him from a little bit. And at the time, if you throw it, maybe you think CRW gets there anyway. But Jameis Winston holds the football. He typically does a good job executing and getting this to his players downfield. So you see an extra man coming down here, and that's also what Najee Johnson sees. So a good job, again, seeing that this is out here and recovering to it right there. So he kind of waits a half second, and then he gets into that drop. It's a good drop here. Now, I mean, obviously, an interception would have been nice, but it helps your offense being in a more better positional advantage for them. So just wanted to show that they probably did have that 4th down, and you'd see some of the creativity stuff can leave you at a loss where you've got players underneath open, right? It happens. But I think at the end of the day, they did a lot better job of showcasing what they are good at and showing you that they can still incite some turnovers. And that's really what I'm excited about, because it's not just Jameis Winston. This was a better showcase from everybody all around, because we know that teams will try to throw the football downfield against the Chiefs. They've allowed more explosive plays in the past in this past season than they ever have, I think, with Dave Merritt and Steve Spagnuolo in the last, we'll say maybe the last 3 years, maybe not ever, because I do remember when Dan Sorensen was out there playing that things happened explosively down the field. This is a really nice play to cap off the game. Now, he's just in the right spot at the right time, right? Jaden Hicks is in the right spot at the right time. That's great. What I want to focus on is how they're using Justin Reed underneath. Okay, he's in fantastic position, and the quarterback, second year player, wants to hit this, right? He wants to hit this seam because he doesn't expect the underneath player, the underneath defender, Justin Reed, to hold all the way. So he wants to hit this seam route. But look at him again, adjusting to the eyes, where he's going to see right here. He keeps underneath that tight end in the perfect spot and makes this throw impossible. Tips it slightly, it feels like right there, right into the arms of Jaden Hicks, who gets his second career interception. And then he's off to the races trying to make something happen. So dime backer is going to be a huge role for this Chiefs team, specifically into the postseason. We know they love to play dime. They love base and dime. And when you get Jaden Hicks and Justin Reed on the field at the same time, I think good things are bound to happen. So positioning, eye discipline, all those different things are really going to play a big key factor in the Chiefs getting this defense into the postseason and then creating some legitimate turnovers, things we haven't seen a ton this season. This was a huge victory for the defense, not so much the offense as we know, but allows the defense to get confidence. Players like Trent McDuffy and Jaden Hicks, all these youthful players get more confidence. And again, wait until we see more of Najee Johnson and Josh Williams on the outside with Trent McDuffy in the slot in key moments. I think that's more bound to happen, and you're going to see more, I think, turnovers as we get closer to the postseason. So I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown of how the Chiefs defense, Steve Spagnuolo, was in his bag. They rotated a ton, getting pressure, sacks, turnovers, everything comes to a certain point. And I love what we just witnessed against the Cleveland Browns. Yes, not a very good Browns team, but it was very important for them to execute, and they absolutely did. So if you guys are new to the RGR channel, please become a member here at Rogue Nation. If you guys enjoyed the breakdown, please don't forget to hit the like button before you head on out. We will have more content for you. It's a short week, but Gary will be back tomorrow. Ryan and I will hopefully have a game plan video for you guys on Friday, and then it is Saturday against the Houston Texans. Ryan will be live after the game. I'll be with my family. But you guys have yourselves a great